wasn't a lucky play. That was just good football.
Entering main menu screen, franchise is selected. Entering current franchises screen, you have two options. Franchise, online save is selected. Entering weeks, entering franchise hub screen, home. Options, franchise settings, league entering, stats ampersand, X factor, league transact, league history, schedule. Entering schedule screen, entering schedule screen, 18 rows, 11 columns, week 4, game opponents at Cowboys. Result L21-2, result. Game opponents at Falcons. Result. Game opponents at Falcons. Game day and time, Sun, week 5. Entering schedule screen, you have three options. Entering weeks, entering franchise hub, options home, you have 8 options. Scout college play, practice available, upgrade players. Entering player upgrades, entering attention pop-up, are you sure you want to auto upgrade all players? No. Yes. Entering attention pop-up, 2 players were upgraded. Okay. Entering weeks, entering franchise hub screen, home. Practice available, manage staff is select, manage roster is, play season game is selected. Home, you have 4 options. Play offense only, play full game. Entering team select screen, the Atlanta Falcons, the ready.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Cam Akers. He was terrific a week ago, reaching 115 yards. It's the Rams and the Falcons, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Full football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Los Angeles Rams and the Atlanta Falcons. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle, kickoff left.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Cover 1 hole. FS Fire 3. Spread.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 14 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Play call.
Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
R1 button.
Off the fake to
R1
Akers.
button.
Here's Stafford.
R1 button.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the
Entering
backfield.
play call. Coach suggestions.
The Rams had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp.
Entering play call.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the 50, Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 115 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford.
Cross button.
Open man, Higbee, the tight end.
Entering
now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Recent plays, favorites, recent play, Rams option, KX keep out, HB zone WK, KX keep out. Circle button. Cross button.
They snap it
R1
to Stafford.
R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button.
That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Bridgewater to throw it. Got a man. It's London. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater throws right back to London, complete again. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Spread.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Entering play call. Recent plays. There are 8 categories. You have 9 options. KX keep out is selected. Coach suggestions. There. RM. Zone fig jet.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. A nice
Circle
little
button.
juke.
Circle button.
So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain.
There are 8
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It didn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again here with Akers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Entering play call, spacing switch. 26-2, spacing switch.
We're scoreless after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
26-2. Spacing, AHB zone WK. Spacing switch. Triangle button. Cross
to
button.
throw is Stafford.
R1 button.
Open man right side is Cup, complete. So the
Entering
completion
play
results
call,
there in
coach
9
suggestions.
yards.
There are 8
And that'll give them a short
spacing.
yardage situation here for second down.
QB draw. Spacing. Triangle button.
There's Stafford.
Circle button.
This is caught. It'll be a loss of 2
Entering
on the
play
play.
call,
And it
coach
makes it 3rd
suggestions.
down and
These
2 yards to
buttons
go.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage.
Triangle
It goes
button.
against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Triangle button.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Allen Robinson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Extra point
Add and
forthcoming.
selected.
It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
Entering
And
play
it's
call,
Allen Robinson
special
who
teams.
caps
You
things
have 6
off with a
options.
touchdown.
Kickoff left is selected.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Entering play call, coach
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 39, Bridgewater. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Cover 1 robber.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Campbell. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Looking left sideline, but it's
Entering
incomplete.
play call.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Here's Bridgewater. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up fourth. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the off-season preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
Inside zone.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Going right back to Akers. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Triangle button.
Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Entering play call. Coach bench pivot. Inside zone.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Entering play call. Coach suggests curl Ohio. Spacing. Curl Ohio.
2nd and 9.
Square button. R1 button.
From the 50, it's Stafford.
Button. Circle button.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Throwing a Stafford.
Square button.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Punt. Punt.
4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
Entering play
they work this well upfield across the 45. Going to throw right side here, complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Cover 2 man. Overload free. Cover 3 scheme. Spread.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first.
Over the middle, caught by London. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace.
Entering
money
play
throw
call.
right there to move the sticks.
There are 6 category. Cover 1 rock. Silver shoe pinch. Cover 1 robber. Cover 3 scheme. Cover 1 robber showed you.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater.
Swings this out for Hunt.
Just a gain of a couple
Entering
there.
play call.
And that'll make it second
Cover
down.
1 robber.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Bridgewater. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And the Falcons are going to have themselves a
Coach
1st and goal as he's out of
there are
bounds
6
at about the
categories.
7-yard line.
Cover 1 robber. Overload free scheme. Over storm brave. Cover 6 showed you. Cover 3 bus scheme. Cover 6 showed you.
A chance
Seam
now
flat.
to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Bridgewater again.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Falcons have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Entering play call. Coach suggests load block.
I don't think it's any
base
state
lock
secret
left.
to know what they were saying before the start
Load
of this
block
drive.
right.
Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand new ball game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Entering play call. Special teams. Return left.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Cubing heel. Zone fig jet. AHB zone WK. AHB zone inside zone W. AHB zone zone fig jet. Cubing heel. Zone fig jet.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Entering play call. Coach suggests recent play. Favorites. There are 8. Personnel. There are 8. Play type. There are 8. Option is set. Option. RPO. Run. Pass. Quick pass. There. Hail Mary. Goal post. Triangle
The final
button.
shot before
Triangle
the break.
button.
Stafford.
Circle button.
He's going to fire one deep
Triangle
over the middle.
button.
Oh, he makes the catch off the tip by the safety.
Cross
And he's
button.
in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a,
Entering
how would you
play
say, you
call.
kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start things out with the battle for Ohio. This one at First Energy Stadium as Cleveland hosts Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. Joe Mixon, over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they trail the visiting Colts as that one's gone to the intermission. Russell Gage, 2 touchdown catches in that first half alone. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Defend outs, defend short, defend medium, defend deep pass.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3.
Entering play call, play type. Option is set to quick pass 15. Coach suggestions, DBL stick. Inside zone WK.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He starts with a give to Akers.
Able to slither by.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Cross button.
On 2nd and 7. Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end.
Country.
Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
Circle button.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. HD zone WK is selected.
Zebra!
And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on 1st down.
Inside zone.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And some room to roam now. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 26.
111 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action, Stafford. They'll roll him out right. That'll be caught by Cup. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
There are 8 categories. Smash return. Zone fit jet.
6 yards left on 2nd down. A give up the middle to Akers. Gets past one man. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
But in all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On the give, this is Akers. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
There are 8 play type. There are 8 run. FD run. There are 7 categories. You have 2 options. Inside zone is selected. QB run. FD run. Draw. Counter. Pitch. Count. Draw. FD run. FD dive. Cross button.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the 1st down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Rams to take over. They're trying to get back on track. They had the loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news, they've got the lead right now.
AHB zone, hammer dagger.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Circle button.
Stafford.
R1 button. Cross button.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Entering play call. Coach suggests Z-spot smash. PHP dive. Z-spot smash.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Square button.
Back to throw.
Triangle
Stafford.
button.
Pass complete to Akers on the out route.
Entering play
and
call.
they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play call.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Personnel, there are play type, there RPO, run, pass, Hail Mary, quick pass, standard pass, shotgun pass, snagsy spot, TWR option, snagsy spot.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup complete. And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 cat. Cover 1 hole. FS Fire 3.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now here on EA Sports.
Entering play call.
It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Bridgewater to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Play call.
Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Falcons send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Entering play
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. Dances by him, and he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 151 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Akers. A little juke. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines. Let's close this one out.
And quickly, they get to the line. To throw again on second down. Stafford, that's into the hands of Akers, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford.
Circle button.
And that one complete downfield to Cup. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path. A significant number.
Call, coach suggestion, curl high, jet sweep, curl, AHP dive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Akers. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
It's a 5-yard game, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On the ground, it's Akers. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Entering play call, coach suggest bench pivot, FD dive, bench pivot, strum toss, bench pivot. R1 button. R1 button.
They snap
Circle
it
button.
to Stafford. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Inside zone.
They'll run here with Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done, because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 44 to go.
Cover 4.
A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there. That one winds up incomplete.
But they've certainly had trouble blocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. London hauls this one in. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. 2nd and 15. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Bridgewater. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Man double bus.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a camper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours. right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
Finish game is selected. Entering player upgrades screen Jacob Harris is entering attention pop-up yes. Entering attention pop-up one player was upgraded okay. Entering weeks entering franchise hub screen home.